everybody, I'm Chris, and this is
Ricky
with CruiseReport.com, and today we're going to talk about NCL Encore, and that's coming up right now. Okay, everybody, welcome back to CruiseReport.com. This is a video cruise review of our 3 days aboard NCL Encore. Now, it was 3 days because we were invited as part of a media trip, media preview cruise, sort of an inaugural or pre-inaugural type thing. And we don't usually do these. We get invited on a lot of these 2 and 3 day cruises when a new ship comes out, but it's kind of a waste of time most of the time, especially on a big ship.
You can't see a lot in 3 days.
Yeah, especially with a big ship like this. This thing's huge, and so you only get a chance to see just little bits and pieces. Plus, it's a media trip, so they're kind of catering towards media and travel agents. We're not getting the experience that you as a consumer would get when you go on the cruise. So, well, it's a good thing if you're part of the media because you get free drinks and you get all kinds of little stuff. They're always, what they're trying to do, the cruise line's trying to get good press. So they invite writers on board and journalists and bloggers now, and they want them to see the ship and they want them to do the Instagram thing. Instagram's a big thing now. So you see a lot of these young teenage girls,
I don't think they're teenage.
Can you see that in the lens? Doing little selfies and things like that with the ship in the background. Yeah, they're always like that. So, and that's kind of old. I mean, that's kind of a new school thing. We're kind of old school. We like to write about the ship. We like to get into more detail.
Give you the facts.
Yeah, and we're trying not to pull any punches. I mean, if we see a problem or an issue that we think needs to be addressed, we'll let you know about it. Or if it's something that we don't like.
We talk about cruising as a couple because we don't have kids. We're not even married, so.
Wait a minute. We're living in sin?
Oh, oops.
Yeah, don't tell them.
I don't think I was supposed to let that out.
Okay. So, but we've been together for
25 years.
Really? Is that all? Seems like 50. No, just kidding. But so, when we travel as a couple. And we try to give you that perspective. What's it like for an adult couple traveling on a cruise ship? And, NCL Encore, or NCL, I should say, is probably not the first cruise line you think of. You tend to think of families. You tend to think of younger people.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fun.
It was fun. And if you're an active person, you like to do a lot of stuff. I mean, this is a ship for that. The ship is huge. It holds over, 4,500 people, 4,600, something like that, a lot. And it is massive, but it's very beautiful.
Beautiful ship.
I mean, really well designed. And of course, in 3 days, I couldn't figure out how to get my way around. There's only 2 elevators. That took a while to get used to that. I thought there'd be 3, but there's only 2 elevators and stairwells.
I'm not so sure I went all the way from the front to the back in 3 days. I'm not sure I made it that far.
Yeah, I don't know. But we didn't get to see everything, obviously, so we can't talk about everything because we didn't get to see or do everything there was to do. There just wasn't time. There were times, like after the muster drill, for example.
Whoa.
we were trying to find a place to have a drink. Of course, everybody's trying to get back to their stateroom.
Or have a drink.
Or have a drink. And literally every lounge we went to was packed. We could not find a place to sit down and have a drink.
Right.
We finally ended up in the casino bar, and we were able to get drinks, but we had to sit at some slot machines to have our drinks, set our drinks on the slot machine, one of which I spilled. I guess we could talk a little bit about the room. We have a video out there where we go through the stateroom, and I talk about this mini suite, because we did have a mini suite. And I really like that mini suite. It's not a huge mini suite, but it has a very nice bathroom. In fact, the difference between the mini suite and the veranda suite, I think, really is just the bathroom.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit bigger bathroom. You get dual sinks, or actually dual faucets,
Yeah.
and a beautiful shower.
Oh, the shower was fantastic.
Yeah, really nice. It's got all kinds of little jets and things. So
No bathtub, but I personally don't see any reason to have a bathtub on a cruise ship.
yeah, I'm the same way. I don't get it. I know a lot of people love bathtubs, but I'm not real big on getting in a bathtub that God only knows how many thousand other people have gotten into. That's why I don't like the swimming pool either. I'm not big on hot tubs or swimming pools either. But anyway, it's a beautiful shower, and
It's got these extra little jets all over it. For example, there's one down below where the water, obviously where the water comes out, but below the fixtures, just at the proper height to stick your feet up and get your feet washed.
Yeah.
Which I found very helpful.
Yeah, it's nice. And it was a small balcony, but what I really like about the balcony is the sliding glass door. I really prefer that to the hinged door, because those hinged doors always slam shut.
Yeah.
You can slam the sliding glass door shut too,
Yeah.
but the hinged doors are really bad about people slam them and they go in and out and in and out and in and out, and then your wall is shaking if you're trying to sleep. So
Our cabin was fairly quiet.
yeah, it was.
I didn't really notice noise
No.
from anywhere. The toilet flushing from the cabin above, but that's normal.
Yeah.
You expect that to happen. But as far as people watching TV or talking or whatever,
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
didn't hear that at all.
No.
So it was pretty well soundproofed.
Yep. We had lunch the first day when we got on board at the buffet, which is, what's it called? Garden
Cafe.
Garden Cafe.
Which it was nice.
And it was really nice.
Yeah.
They had some nice booths. We found a booth to sit in. And they had like an Asian station where they were making this fresh, like a Japanese udon noodle soup. It was really, really good. So we enjoyed lunch there. They also have an ice cream machine. I think you got
they self-serve ice cream
yeah, a little
machine with
soft.
cones, and probably cups too. I didn't see any cups because I like a cone.
right.
So
And then we went to, I think that evening, we went to the Vibe Beach Club. Is that right? I know
for that
little
meeting,
cocktail reception,
yeah.
a little cocktail party they had for the media people up on the, I don't know, it's up on 18, 19, 20, I don't know.
It's
It's way the heck
there.
up there. And that's kind of a private sanctuary, I guess you might say.
Private in the sense that you pay for it.
Yeah, you pay for it, and I think it's adult only.
Yeah, I think so.
So-
18 and up.
Like if you want to lay out in the sun during the day and you want to have a little privacy, you can go to this Vibe Beach Club. And so we went up there and had drinks. I think we had dinner. Oh, we had dinner at the barbecue restaurant, which they claim is a Texas barbecue restaurant. And we're from Texas. So, you know, it's a good, I guess, attempt at Texas barbecue for a cruise ship. Yeah, but it was pretty good. It was okay. I don't know. I don't remember what you had. I had like some big platter. It had everything on it. They have country western music, but not the night we were there. We didn't have a band playing the night we were there. So we did that. We went to, I know the next day or one day we went to this Coco's. I think it's down on deck 4 or 5 or something. And had the most expensive milkshake we've ever had in our lives. It was $12. We each had one. It was $20. By the time the gratuity was added in, it was like $27 for 2 milkshakes.
And a little milkshake, not
And it was
even a
little.
tall one.
Big, beautiful glass with all kinds of decorations on it.
That you couldn't eat.
Yeah, that was a little overpriced, we thought. It was good. It was okay. It wasn't the best milkshake in the world. But then we went up to the American Grill, I think it's
I
called.
think it's called the American Diner.
American Diner, way up high, 17 or 18. And they have milkshakes up there that looked bigger and just as nice for $4. So if you're going on NC Encore and you want a milkshake, go up to the American Diner. I think you probably get a better milkshake for a lot less money.
You might be able to make you one at the pool too, at the gelato restaurant, the gelato counter.
Exactly, they may. if you have tons of shipboard credit and you're trying to spend it, I guess go ahead and go to Coco's. They also have crepes and other things too, and other ice cream dishes, not just milkshakes. Yeah, specialty coffees and things like that. We did have lunch one day in the Manhattan dining room.
That's a nice dining room.
It's very beautiful. At the back of the ship, lots of ocean views. Yeah. But we can't really tell what the real experience is like, because it was a specialty luncheon with a specialty tasting menu just for us. So we didn't really get a chance to try it like a guest would try it on a normal cruise.
We got to sample dishes from some of the other specialty restaurants.
Yeah, and some are very good.
And unfortunately, our entree was from the barbecue restaurant where we had eaten the night before. So,
in fact, the platter that I had the night before was what they had.
And we had already had that. So.
Yeah. But some of the other things were really good.
Really good. There's one dish from the Food Republic, it's called. Yeah. And I wish we had had a chance to eat there. They had some really interesting items on their menu, and the dish we were served from there was excellent. It's kind of Asian.
Kind of an Asian, like a Pan-Asian or Asian fusion.
Yeah. So eat at the Food Republic.
Yeah, I think that would be the first place we would go to if we went back on the ship. We did have dinner one night at the Italian restaurant called Onda.
By Scarpetta.
I had really high hopes for this, but I got to be honest with you, the place was so noisy.
Oh my God.
I've never been in a restaurant that noisy, and it wasn't even full. It was probably 3/4 full. Can you hear me? It is so loud in here.
I can't hear anything.
And we couldn't even have a conversation. It was stressful. It was so loud.
I've never been in a restaurant that noisy ever.
Yeah, it's just,
and I don't know if it's the acoustics of the room or the fact that there were large groups of people seated together that were making a lot of noise and having a good time, which is a good thing. But man, was it noisy.
I think partially it's the acoustics. Now, you could, if the weather's good, you can eat outside.
Yeah, I do that.
And I think if we had it to do over and they were offering it, we would have eaten outside. We would have gotten away from all that noise. But the food was good. I had no problem with the food. Yeah. The service was real good. The waitress was very nice.
Right.
In fact, the service we got everywhere on board, I thought was pretty good. I don't recall any issues with service. And I think then we had lunch one day at American Diner. I had a hamburger. I think she had a sandwich, which
had a French dip,
which was just okay. Hamburger, just okay. Nothing, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing special, but good. We tried to eat at the local one day. I think the first day we got on board. And when you come into it from a certain direction, I can't remember where from, maybe from the casino, I don't recall.
It has 2 entrances or exits.
Yeah, you can get to it, coming forward or aft. And if you come to it from the aft area, I guess, you just basically walk in. There's a bar and there's a bunch of tables, so we sat down. Yeah. But if you come into it from the other direction, you see there's actually a waitress station where you're supposed to be seated, and we didn't know that.
Wait to be seated.
Or wait to be seated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that. So we just sat down, got a table, and we kept waiting for somebody to come over and wait on us, and nobody ever showed up.
And they kept staring at us. I mean, the wait staff kept staring at us, but nobody would come over and say, you need to go up to the front and be seated. That would have been kind of nice if somebody had told us that.
And other people kept getting seated and getting their menus and ordering, and we kept wondering, what's going on? So anyway,
we figured it out.
We learned the lesson the hard way. So we didn't get a chance to eat there. We just went somewhere else. I don't remember. I think that's when we went to...
Then we went to the American Diner, and it was closing, and then we ended up at the Garden Cafe.
Right.
Second place I would eat would be teppanyaki. We didn't get to try teppanyaki.
We didn't get to try teppanyaki, and that looks like fun. It looks like it'd be good.
I like that, where they cook it right there at the table in front of you. I like that style.
And Cagney's, I think, would be worth trying. There's a lot of restaurants there that would be worth trying.
There's a seafood restaurant called Ocean Blue. Yeah, we didn't get to eat there either. Right. I mean, it was 3 days. There were not enough dinners in 3 days to be able to eat at all of these restaurants. So we'd like to go back and try everything.
Yeah. And then we also got to see the Haven, which is kind of their private upscale VIP area. And it also has a restaurant where people who are staying in the Haven can eat and dine, kind of a little semi-private type area. The rooms look nice, and it's a nice little area with its own pool and everything. And a nice club. I think they have a
bar,
little lounge. Yeah. The observation lounge at the front of the ship is amazing. Yeah. It's probably the nicest place on the ship. And it was not that busy at night. I think if we were going to go back and have a drink, where we want to find a quiet place, I think we'd probably go there because we went there one night.
Beautiful
it was great.
Place.
Yeah, really nice.
And it stretches half the ship.
Yeah, it's halfway
all the way around on both sides, half of the ship. It's really big.
In my opinion, the most fun thing we did was the go-karts.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, whoever thought of putting a go-kart track on a cruise ship? I don't know, but they were a genius because it was really, really fun. And they actually go pretty fast. And they're electric go-karts, but they have the sound piped in through speakers to make it sound like a real engine. And it was really fun. We really had a good time. So I think if we went back, that's something we would probably do several times. You can buy like a week-long pass where you get VIP access, and I think it's a couple $100 a person to do that. So you'd have to use it a lot to make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
Normally, was it $20 or $29? What is it?
I think it's about $29.
Yeah, to do it normally. So
you get about 5 laps around, I think.
There's also laser tag on that same deck, but we didn't get a chance to try that. There just wasn't time. Or we didn't take the time. Then we also went to the virtual reality center, which I think is Galaxy Pavilion.
Galaxy Pavilion. That was my first time to do VR or virtual reality.
Yeah, I'd never done it either, and it was really cool.
They had one where I laid on my stomach on a bench, and it was like I was hang gliding.
Yeah.
And that was kind of fun. And, if you've never done virtual reality, it's really a great, fun experience to do that.
And if you go there and you take kids with you, trust me, that's where they're going to, you'll never see them again. That's where they'll spend all their time. They're going to be in that place. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. That and laser tag. And
they had slides. They had some really impressive looking water slides, but it was so cold when we were there. We weren't brave enough to put swimsuits on and go on the slides, but if we were to go back, I would definitely try the slides out.
Yeah.
You think they're just for little kids, but I think there's more adults in the line than there are little kids.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. They have like 3 or 4 of them. I mean, they have several different water slides. They're pretty intense. I mean, some of them you go out over the side of the ship. Some of them you go upside down. I mean, it looked pretty cool. So I think we'd definitely try that if we went back.
Yeah.
Then we went to the theater one night. We went to the main Encore theater and saw Kinky Boots, which is one of their production shows.
Very well on Broadway.
Done. Yeah, it was on Broadway. And I thought it was well done.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
Good
Theater's
vocals,
nice.
Good dancing, everything.
The only thing about the theater, they have cup holders in the arms of the chairs, but if you get like a glass of wine or a glass of champagne, it doesn't fit in the cup holder. And so when you finish with it, you just kind of have to stick it on the floor underneath your seat out of the way because there's no other place to put it or hold it the whole time.
Right, yeah. I don't know
it's
who designed
weird.
that.
I don't know if those holes would fit anything.
No, I didn't see a glass. I didn't even a highball glass, or what do you call it? What's the tall, thin glass? Like a Tom Collins.
Yeah.
What's that called?
Yeah, a glass.
A glass. It won't even hold that. But if they had actually just cut a slot in the front of the cup holder, you could have kind of slipped the stem of a wine glass or a champagne glass and dropped it down in there, and it would have held it.
It was weird.
But yeah, just kind of a bad design on that. Everything else, there's really not much else to say.
Comedy club.
We did go to a comedy show. Fun. Yeah, in the social on deck 4 or 5, wherever it is.
Yeah.
And we just walked in. We didn't have to have a reservation or anything. We were looking for a place to have a drink. And we walk in, there's a comedy show going on.
We got to see 2 comedians. The guy that introduced the show kind of did a little set, and then a comedian from Detroit did a set.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah, it was really good.
The bars, the Mojito Bar. I don't know if we ever got to try that.
We never got to try it. We sat down.
Always so packed.
Yeah, we sat down in there one night, but we couldn't get waited on. It was just so crowded. They were so busy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's because they're short-staffed or if they're just super busy because of this special sailing, this inaugural. I'm not sure. However, we did hear from somebody, I don't know if it's true, that the ship was not 100% full.
Yeah, somebody in the elevator told us that.
Yeah, they said it was only about 85 or 80 or 85% full, which if the ship is full, I can't even imagine how crowded some of these places would be. And I'm sure this ship's going to be full. We had breakfast.
There's three actually.
There's 3 main dining rooms that are in your included cruise fare. You know, you don't have to pay extra for. Right. There's other places you can eat too, like the buffet and some other places. But the 3 main kind of traditional cruise dining rooms are the Savor, Taste, which is right across the hall from Savor.
Right. In the Manhattan.
And the Manhattan room, which we did talk about a little earlier.
Yeah.
Savor and Taste, we did eat there for breakfast. It was very good, and a very good waitress and good service. And I think we even got mimosas.
Yeah.
That was really good because it's a huge ship. There's a lot more to see. Hopefully, we'd like to go back. NCL, if you're listening, we really need a week on this ship and even a week would be pushing it because we'd be going 90-0 to see the whole ship in a week.
But we wouldn't have to do the things we did in the 3 days.
That's true.
We could do new things.
We could do new things. So hopefully we'll get to go back on NCL Encore or a sister ship and bring you more details. If you like this video, we'd appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to click the subscribe button down below because we want you as a subscriber. And we'll see you next time on CruiseReport.com.